What's up, everybody? Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and welcome to another episode of Hot Lap. The AM vendor tour keeps chugging along. In this episode, we link up with our friends from BBK. We head out west to show you their facilities, how they make their products, and check out some of their new stuff for the S550. And spoiler alert, I get to do more burnouts. Enjoy. Hey guys, Justin with AmericanMuscle.com out here in lovely Southern California with Ken from BBK, and we're here to show you guys where these guys make all their awesome parts. What do you say we get started?
We got H-pipes, X-pipes, header assemblies all being put together, but I think the best bet to start in this building would go to the beginning where the raw tubing comes in. We'll see it start to finish. This is all the raw bundles of tubing. It gets cut down, gets bent, gets its cuts, and it leaves this work cell as a complete ready-to-weld tube assembly.
No way, so everything comes through this area?
Comes through this area, exactly. Anything that needs bending. And then as you can see over here, it loads into the plasma cutter. It's robotic 6-axis robot. So it can go through and do all the oxygen sensor and the crossover tube holes and everything all in one operation. On this robot cell over here, we've got robot comes in and welds the tubes to the flange.
Nice. So you got a balance of robotic welding going on, and then the guys come in and finish it off.
You got it. Hey, you can't beat old world craftsmanship sometimes.
Amen. Yeah, obviously make some pretty killer intake systems as well, and that's where we are right now.
Absolutely, yeah. What you're holding there is, typical inlet tube. This one, instead of doing a TIG weld on this end, we do a braze rather than a weld, and that gives us a perfect smooth finish. It basically makes the part look like it was molded as one piece.
Yeah. We're checking out all the exhaust stuff, all the header stuff, but we can't forget you guys do a lot of performance stuff.
We've got a whole line of suspension components. These are our lower control arms, for example. This part is fully CNC robotic welded.
So from here, obviously they get coated, then you get the bushings in.
The bushings, pack out.
Back out to you guys at home. All right, Ken, so in your second building here, pretty much the heart of your CNC machining division.
Anything you see BBK's got that's a machine component starts here.
Well, let's check out some of these throttle bodies, see how they're made.
Well, you can see the transition here. This is a GT throttle body. This is the raw casting that it starts at. Just a tremendous amount of machining going on to what you get as a finished product.
It's amazing.
We go as far as to making the actual throttle shaft assemblies themselves, and it comes out complete 100% machined like you see here. All that's going to come together with the throttle flap into the final assembled throttle body.
We're actually here with Brian, co-founder of BBK, and you've kind of been called in here to talk about some of the new 2015 GT parts you have going on. Let's start with this BBK Cold Air. What's different for 2015?
We have our popular Power Plus series cold air intakes. This is our Blackout series. What Ken and the engineering team came up with, this really cool, vacuum tree.
Okay. The new for 2015 throttle body with the 2015 GT. Plug and play, no tune required. You just bolt it up and make some power, right? Obviously, you have a lot going on underneath the car. Let's start up with the long tubes here. So these are still from the 11 to 14. The design itself doesn't really change that much, but you said you include some new stuff that makes them work with the 15.
Yeah, it's the 11 to 14 header, but then there's a separate 2015 install kit.
Very cool. Well, let's get into something very exciting here because, too, you're one of the first probably to offer a shorty or equal length setup for the 2015.
In order to make a 50 state EPA legal tune length header, you need to keep the factory converter location untouched.
So we have the Veritune on this car. Is anything different here for 2015?
There are two differences. A kit that's a slip fit that will fit your stock system, more like an axle back. Then we also offer a cap back kit that gives you the new resonator delete portion.
Cool. You got a dyno right behind us here. What do you say we get this thing down and let her rip, huh? All right. Stock tune still with factory calibration, and you're already making about 40 horsepower, 30 pound-feet of torque over your baseline numbers here. Can I go rip on that thing?
I just don't want to see it heading eastbound to Philly.
Well, I can promise you that, but I can't promise you about the tires.
Have fun.
All right. What better way to get introduced to these BBK parts than a nice big smoky burnout here in Brian's 2015 GT. This thing feels awesome, guys. It really does. Is this thing still on a stock tune with all these parts, the long tubes, the intake, the resonator delete kit, and that Veritune halfback? It's making just about 410 at the wheels. Ripping through the gears here, downshifting. Sounds amazing. That H-pipe, I have one on my car. I just love that deep muscle car growl it gives you, and this thing certainly delivers. We cannot thank our friends over at BBK enough, seeing everything being made right here in the good old US of A. Be sure to look out for these 2015 BBK parts and the rest of BBK's lineup. And as always, don't forget, for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.
So you guys just saw Justin and his tour of the rad BBK facility, and I have with me here some new exhaust parts from BBK for 2015 GTs. Luckily for the 2015 GT owners out there, BBK is in the process of launching their 2015 products that will cover many different performance aspects in true BBK fashion. We're looking at BBK's catted mid-pipe as well as BBK's version of the now nearly famous Resonator Delete X-Pipe. And of course, we also have the Veritune Axleback and even a Veritune Axleback that comes complete with a Resonator Delete. And these Axlebacks are stainless steel for the 2015, and you guys are all familiar with the Veritune concept by now, which gives you the ability to tune your exhaust tone. Now when we start to look at price point, as usual, all of these BBK items are coming in at the middle of the road as a perfect balance between quality and cost effectiveness. So look for sound clips of these exhaust options as well as full reviews of these products coming soon.
All right, guys, the Mustang world has been pretty active lately, so let's get right into the Mustang news. Now, recently, a pretty heavily camoed S550 was spotted cruising the streets of Dearborn, Michigan, and thanks to our friends over at Mustang 6G, we got some pics for you. Now, as you can see, the front and rear of this thing is pretty heavily camoed, fueling rumors of an upcoming facelift here in the next few years. Now, along with that heavy camo, you see some external lighting, which kind of leads you to think that they're going to switch up either the headlights or taillights or both, if not the front and the rear of the car altogether. Now, before you say, it's only been 2 years, what the heck? This isn't exactly something new, guys. If you think back to the 2010 through 2012 Mustangs, they gave the car a facelift for 2013 and 2014. So we'll keep our eyes peeled for future updates and let you know if anything changes. All right, well, that's going to wrap us up for this episode of Hot Lap. We hope you enjoyed the tour of BBK. We want to thank Brian, Ken, and everybody at BBK for their hospitality and for the In-N-Out burgers and for letting me kill some tires in your brand new Mustang. I certainly had a blast. Guys, SEMA is upon us, so you know what that means. You have to keep it locked here at American Muscle Videos or our social channels for the best Mustang content from the show. And for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.